Hello, I hope you are doing well. Today we're shopping at Target and checking out their newest Christmas decor. I'm going to be focusing this shopping video around Hearth Hand and Studio McGee. I was so excited to see that they had restocked a lot of new things, and I'm so excited to share it with you guys. So I checked out 2 Target locations, and I'm going to start with everything that I saw within Hearth Hand. The first thing that stuck out to me was this bead garland. I think this is so cute. I love the pop of red in this one. So these are $12.99 each, and they also had one in a more neutral color. I ended up taking home the red one. This was the inspiration for me wanting to play with more red this year, and I'm so excited to decorate our tree with this. Here's a little wall hanging that I thought was so cute. What I love about Hearth and Hand's stuff is that they're very family oriented. I feel like I can totally imagine this being really fun to have around the home, hanging on the wall, and your family can count down together. And that wreath right there is magnetic, so you can move it around, and I really like how simple this design is. They also had a few gift and toy ideas. Here's a 400-piece puzzle, and I think the final artwork of this is also a really nice one that you can frame when you're done. It's definitely like an aesthetic puzzle. And they also had a bunch of these little kid toys that were also very pretty for display, like this top right here, which is $9.99. I think this is a great stocking stuffer. I'm a huge fan of very subtle seasonal decor, and I thought this framed art was such a great example of that. It's a very modern looking wall art, and I love the thin gold frame, and the artwork in it looks kind of vintage, which I think is very charming. Here's a spoon rest that's $4.99. We have a very similar one in our kitchen that is also from Hearth and Hand, and so I ended up taking this home because I felt like it was a nice holiday version of what we already have. I'm looking forward to adding this when we are done with our kitchen reno. They had quite the variety of stockings in different patterns and textures. I really like this kind of linen one. It almost kind of looks like a oven mitt. And I really liked how, even though these were all so different, you could totally mix and match them and they all would still go really well together. Each one was $15. I can't tell if that's considered pricey or not for stockings. I'd have to check out some more places. They did feel a little bit like it for me, but I really liked all the different styles. I thought this one was so cute. It had 3 little pom-poms on it, and then this one looks so cozy. Here's a kitchen towel set that comes with 2 in different patterns, and these are 100% cotton. I was noticing that this kind of red stripe / subtle plaid was the design I was seeing a lot of during the shopping. They also had a bunch of these small trees. They had a lot of these last year as well, but this time the tree and the branches stayed the same, but they made some changes with the pots. I love the pot designs this year. It's like very organic and textured. These were $9.99 each, and I think that was about the same price as last year. So I was glad that inflation hasn't, affected too many of the prices that I was seeing. Here's a little table runner, and just the way this is packaged, I feel like this could also be a really great gift or stocking stuffer for your home decor lover. They definitely had a lot of new holiday versions of their tableware, like the set of coasters, which was $11.99. And this is the same design as the spoon rest from earlier. And then they also had these giant mugs, which were $4 each. I feel like mugs are those one things that is so easy to buy because they're not that expensive, and then you end up just having way too many at home. So I really try to control myself with mugs. They had a couple holiday trays. This smaller one with that same like red stripe design we saw earlier with the kitchen towels as well as the stocking. And this one is $16.99. It's got a wooden rim, and they had a giant version which was a plaid design. Here's another cute little countdown thing. This one takes up way less space than that wall hanging that we saw earlier. And then I thought this was such a cool idea. They had these reusable gift tags that were made of leather. And I think this would only work if, you gift it to somebody who you know is very likely to reuse it. But I love that. Here's another small little tree. I don't know if this is a part of their Christmas collection just because I feel like I've seen that pot before. They also had some faux branches, and this one stuck out to me because I'm trying to play with a little bit of red. I want like that slight pop of it this year. Here's some plaid plates that are made of bamboo melamine. So these are only $2.99 each, and I think these are great options if you are hosting a dinner like once a year and you don't want to spend too much on like fancy plates. They had these small minimal wreaths again this year. Here's a set of oven mitts. They come in 2 different sizes, and they also come in different patterns just like we saw earlier with the kitchen towels. And I really like that square design of these. Here's a little artificial wreath. It's got berries on it. It's $9.99, and I love how cute it is. It's very full looking. I haven't found a wreath yet, and I don't own one, so I am looking for one, and I might come back for this. I just haven't figured out which style I want yet. They had this bell garland in silver, which I thought was pretty neat. It's 5 feet long. I love any sort of bell decor, and they also had this giant one for display as well as a small one next to it. I think the smaller one is an ornament, and the giant one you can totally, actually both you could totally use as shelf decor. Here's another wreath also with berries and pine cones on it. I love this little letters to Santa mailbox. This is quite hefty and heavy. It's also got holes on the back so that you can hang it up on the wall with some nails. This is a great decor piece slash fun thing for your kids when they write letters to Santa. So I think at this point I was at the second Target, and at this one they had a bunch of these little trees. These are so cute, and I really like how realistic they went with these. This font on this pillow is definitely used a lot throughout the Hearth Hand collection, and I really like how minimal and classic it looks. Here's a fun DIY idea if you enjoy doing embroidery. I think this is so cute, and I could imagine this like as a part of a Christmas gallery wall or even by itself. This placemat stood out to me, I think because I'm in this tablescaping mindset right now as I'm planning for our Friendsgiving, and I am so tempted to just go Christmas themed with it, but I thought this was so cute and minimal. And then here's also a tree skirt. Love that plaid design and the bows on it. I definitely want to add a tree skirt this year, but haven't figured out which size I need because I've got a very tall and narrow Christmas tree. At this Target, I found the smaller versions of those red mugs from earlier. You can see on the left they've also got a few white ones, but I thought these were so cute. I just love like the mini versions of anything. Remember I showed you some toys earlier? Well, this Target had a bunch more, and I thought this little kitchen mixer one was so cute. Such a great gift idea. And they also had this train set that stood out to me as well. They had 2 placemats, and it's using that same font we saw earlier on the pillowcase. There's red one, and then they also had this black one. I really like this black one, just love how crisp it is. It's so interesting how the 2 different Targets I went to had different things, like one had more of the other and vice versa. But anyways, there were more faux branches at this one, and they also had these gift toppers which I thought were so neat. They're like little wreaths that you can add as a little decorative touch for your gift wrapping. They also had these artificial bundles which can be used pretty much for a variety of things. Like you can use it as tablescape decor for your table napkins, or you can even put it in a vase. They had a few holiday candles as well, and I love how these are so giant, and after you burn them you can totally reuse these little pots for other holiday decor purposes. I really liked the red color tone of these berry branches. They looked pretty realistic. It wasn't like too saturated. Here's like a very close-up of them, and they came in this very cute white vase, but I thought these were pretty pricey. These were $24.99 each. You could totally DIY something like that. So now I'm about to show you some Studio McGee stuff right after this cute little wreath. The first thing I saw was this stocking holder. It's a very simple one. It's quite heavy, which is good because you want it to be able to hold several things in it, and it cost $10. It's a very simple design. And I also saw this candle holder. This one is not Studio McGee actually, but I thought this was so festive and cute, and I could totally see this like in the center of a tablescape with some very thin candles. Here's a very natural tree topper that I think would look so good with other organic or rustic elements on a tree, and this one is $20. I ended up getting a tree topper during this trip, so stay till the end to find out which one. I love this accent rug because I feel like it could just work year-round, but it's also perfect for the holidays. And then they also had some throws in this like kind of like boucle-like texture. They had it in 3 different colors. They had red, green, and this like beigey tone, and these are definitely so cozy. Oh, actually there was one more. There was a gray one. Out of all of the faux trees that I saw during this shopping trip, this one right here is my favorite. It's a faux pine tree by Studio McGee, and it's $60, so it's quite a hefty price tag, but I just love how realistic it looks and the details of those branches and the color. They had them in a smaller size as well. For how realistic it looks, I think this is actually pretty worth it because you could use it every year. Studio McGee also had some stocking options. These are a lot more neutral compared to the ones by Hearth Hand. They are also $15, and something that I noticed is that the fabric of these are a lot thinner than the ones for the Hearth Hand, at least like the knitted one, so that's something to keep in mind. But I love the pattern and the colors of these. Definitely would go well with like more neutral holiday tones. They also had some ornaments, and this is a set of 3 for $15. I love like these unique shapes, but imagining like if you got a giant tree and want to get a bunch of these, it would totally add up. So I don't think these were worth the price, but really liked the design of them. They had 2 garlands. This one is a pine and eucalyptus one, and I couldn't really see how it looked like all laid out, but here's a close-up look. This one's got some like, it looks like frozen blueberries on there. Then they had this other one, which is a spruce one, and here's a close look of that. This one's got some like yellowy orange branches on it. They had these sphere-shaped candles, and I thought these were way cuter than the ones earlier by Hearth Hand, and I love the color tones of these a lot more too, and the shape of these I think make them really great as little bookshelf decor pieces. And after you've burned your candle, you can also use it to store little knickknacks. I'm considering getting something like this. I just haven't figured out how I want to decorate our console table this year, but I'm loving all of these stocking hangers that I'm seeing. This one says Merry Christmas on it and it can hold up to 4. And then I love this one. This one can hold 3 and this one's just so cute. Here's another stocking by Studio McGee that was nearby the stocking hangers, and I could totally imagine like a few of these beneath one of the brass hangers. I think that would just look so clean and festive. I love the detail on this one right here, and I hung it on that Merry Christmas hanger to see what that would look like. Here is a minimal, very uniquely shaped wreath. I think these are either eucalyptus branches or olive branches. I think they're eucalyptus, but I love the design of it. Really like that velvet olive colored bow, but I just felt like the leaves of this looked way too faux, and they use these quite often, but I'm just not a big fan of them. Okay, I'm about to show you guys a lot of cozy textiles, throws, and cushions. I thought this one was so nice. Felt very high quality, felt cozy. It's kind of like a chunky knit throw, but not chunky. And the tassels on these felt very high quality as well. They had the cushion version of that like boucle like throw that I showed you guys earlier, and I just love how cozy these feel. I would love to have like a bunch of these on our sofa if I already didn't have so many cushions. Here's one that I could imagine being used year round. I love how cute this little tassel is, and this one totally could be mixed and matched with other neutral tones and patterns. It's got a zip so you can remove it when you want to wash it. Here's a burnt orange one that I think would go well with the other one that I just showed you. I'm such a big fan of all of these cushions. Here's one in a more like berry-ish tone, and again it's like pretty subtle. It's not so holiday-y, so you could totally use this one year round as well. Up above the cushions they had these brass Christmas trees, which look so fancy. I love the tone. These were however $20 each, which I don't think is worth it, and you could totally DIY using spray paint. I'm about to show you guys 3 neutral cushions that I saw. So there's this one which looks very modern and simple, and then they also had this knitted cushion that matches that knitted throw that I showed earlier, and it's so cozy. I really like the material of this one, and I think this would add a lot of texture to your sofa and would mix and match really well with all of the other like warmer burnt orangey or berry or red tones that I shared. And then this one I love as well, and all of the cushions were pretty high quality. They're like your typical Target quality cushion. So that is it for Studio McGee and this shopping video. Before it ended, I wanted to share with you guys the tree topper I got, which is this one. I love that it lights up, and I'm so excited to add it to our tree this year. Let me know below what you thought about this shopping video and if you liked anything that you saw. Also, let me know below if you'll be doing any Christmas decorating this year. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to this channel to see more home decor and lifestyle videos from me. I'll soon be uploading our Christmas decor video, and I'm so excited to share that with you guys. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram as well if you'd like. I love connecting with you guys over there. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next one.